I just want to say thank you to everyone who watches my YouTube channel. And if you don't think a Savannah monitor will play tug of war, you're wrong. Because they will. And they're actually really good at it. There we go. So if you guys like my videos, ooh, he's strong. Please go ahead and leave a like. That helps grow my channel. Also, please comment on my videos. I love interacting with you guys. It's a lot of fun, and I get to answer questions and see that you guys care. And if you're not a member of the family, you can go ahead and subscribe. It's free. It helps me grow the channel even more. And I've listened to you guys, and I do have a Patreon down below. Oh, alligator death roll. So please go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, bell icon. Hey there, reptile rescue family. We're here with a 6-year-old massive female bearded dragon. Her name is Jack. It's Jack Sparrow's house. And we're going to be doing a tank upgrade. Jack belongs to a very good friend of mine. And she's in a well taken care of tank. This is a super healthy bearded dragon. And we're going to look at her too, guys. Because I'm going to show you this is how a healthy, older bearded dragon should be. And you know, as being a rescue, sometimes on my channel, you guys don't get to see super healthy reptiles often because something has a problem. But we're going to address a problem that in her tank that a lot of people are doing, and there's nothing that you could do if you don't know. So Jack's setup is pretty simple, and you guys know I like basic because so do the bearded dragons. They like to lay down where it's hot, or they like to lay down where it's cold. And that's it. And that's how they like their day. And she gets time out of the tank to run around. She gets held, she gets cuddled. It's all good. This is a good ventilated tank. We see a UV bulb. We see a heat bulb. And then normally, ooh, she's doing a big yawn for us. Wow. Did you guys see how big her mouth was? Full-size yawn. But what is wrong with this tank? That's right. If you pointed out that it has a Reptisun UVB bulb, you are correct. Why? Because it's crap. That's why. And we're going to talk about why. But she's got a thermostat with a humidistat on it, so she's good. There's a temp probe. Everything's good. So what's wrong with this bulb? This is not a super big tank. So the fact that it's an 18-inch bulb is actually fine for this size tank. It's in a reflector. It's mounted right at the top. And you have a good higher elevated basking platform that could get you higher to the UVB. So, okay. So what's wrong with this bulb? They just don't give off UVB. Or a lot of it, or the correct amount. So, which most guys, I really wish, and I've preached that you guys get this, a solar meter. Now, if you don't, they do make UVB index cards. These are really good, except if you don't know what the UVB you're looking for is. So if you have someone who has a solar meter and you come and you get your index card and you sit it in the UV and you see what color it changes, and then you take an index reading, then you'll always know what it will be. So I put this Reptisun box up here to simulate the bearded dragon, right? Because the bearded dragon will be on here. This will be your back. So if we see, okay, the card is reacting. There is UVB in this tank. Okay, how much UV? So we know that the bearded dragons, they are a desert reptile. So we know that their index could be high. Typically between 5 and 8 is what you want to search for on a meter when you're reading UVB. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get a meter at this height because, again, we're going to point it at the bulb. We're going to simulate the bearded dragon, and we're going to turn this on. 0.8, 0.9. And, guys, this is a brand new bulb. We just put it in less than 24 hours ago. There was a bulb that was in there that was about 6 months old, 6, 7, 8. We'll throw it in there, and it was giving off 0.2 to 0.4. So a brand new bulb from a healthy distance away is giving off 0.8, 0.9. That's not enough for a bearded dragon. Now, some of you would say, well, why doesn't the bearded dragon have MBD? That's a very good question. I'm glad you asked. So you can supplement the effects of poor UVB with any type of calcium or any type of multivitamin that has D3, right? What do they get from the UV? They UV allows them to synthesize naturally inside their body, in their blood, vitamin D3. The vitamin D3 is then what allows them to absorb calcium. So you can substitute that out. So what are we going to do? We're going to do an overhaul. That ballast is coming out. That bulb is coming out. We're going to be putting in a new reflector with an Arcadia, 12%, a desert reptile bulb. This is 10%. We're going to put in a 12%. And right there, we have the wire nuts right there for this wiring. We're going to put all the wiring outside the cage, inside a junction box there, so we don't have risk of any electrical. And then Jack is going to be in UVB heaven. And if you guys haven't watched my friend, her channel's name is Double Dragon Hotel. She does a video on this where she switches out a UV and a reflector, and you guys have to see. The bearded dragon will be in ecstasy. All right, guys, I'll see you when we come back after we make some swaps. Okay, guys, and we are back. We've done the improvements. So what's changed? Ta-da! Ta-da! So there's a couple things that we've done. We went from an 18-inch Zoomed piece of garbage, T8, to a 22-inch, that's a 24-inch fixture, Arcadia, 12% desert UVB bulb. It's a T5, high output. In their reflector, look at how much brighter it is in UV. We also took all of the wiring, we threw it in a junction box over there to keep it nice and safe for the reptile. No more exposed wire plugs outside in case there's a spark or a short. Everything's happening inside that metal box, which is nice. So what has this accomplished, though? And that's the key. Because otherwise, from the naked eye from the outside, okay, we fixed some electrical and we have a little bit better lighting. Ta-da! In comes the solar meter. So remember before, directly underneath, we had a 0.9, maybe a 0.8. If we go same basking area, look at that, 4.5 here in the front. As we go closer to the back directly underneath, we'll have 10, 11, and that's directly in the highest spots. Now, there's a reason why we want to keep that in the back, because I actually see a lot of people put them in the very middle. And they can work in the middle depending on the size of your tank. Hi, Jack. She says hi. But you need to have a UV gradient going across the cage. Now, I've seen some people say, okay, put it in the middle, and when the bearded dragon, I've said this in other videos, gets too much UV, they'll go in their hide. Who the heck wants their lizard to stay in the hide all day when they have enough UV? That's wrong. It's bad. So you want to set up a gradient. So obviously, directly under the light, you're going to have the strongest UV. But then as you move throughout the tank, the key is you want UV everywhere, but you want it to gradient down. So if you have 9 or 10 in the back, if you come in the front here, we already are at 3. Now that's still way more than the 0.8, 0.9 the other one was giving. How about here in the front where she eats? This is further away. If we go and grade here, 1.1. So this is still more. Way over here is still more where the other one was directly underneath. Over here on this little rock where she could climb up, again, we're going to point at the UV. We have 0.5, 0.6. So we have areas in the tank where we have high UV, even higher UV because it could be up, low UV, and extremely low UV. And then obviously you do want areas that have like 0 in there, in here. So she's got her whole gradient. So the lizard, Jack, will decide, does she want lots, middle, little, virtually none, or completely none? You give the lizard the choice. Now, when you are really pumping down UV, and again, guys, I can't stress enough, Double Dragons Hotel's video on this. The lizard is in heaven when they're picking up the right amount of UV. Jack is active. She's climbing around the tank. She may eat more food. That's what she's licking it. She's going to be feeling, he or she, when you do this with yours, they're going to be feeling so good from this UV. It's euphoric to them. And that's a big deal. They're going to have more energy. They're going to be happier. They're going to be out more. They're going to be more active. They're going to have a higher appetite. They're going to be healthier. And that's a big thing. So again, Jack is over 6 years old. Look at how healthy she is. There's not a problem with her. She's not overweight. Her fat pads are super healthy. Her eyes are super clean. You saw when she yawned, her teeth are good. Her nails are at a good length. She can walk good. She has a nice sized belly. She is a leatherback. So if anyone wanted to comment, well, look at her skin. She's a leatherback, so she's super soft. Nice little meaty thighs back here. Good tail base. Even taper down the tail. This, guys, is a healthy dragon who's having a lot of fun licking everything because she's just getting a lot of UV right now. Okay, guys, that's the video. Hopefully you can see. Get rid of your T8s, put in a T5 Arcadia, have a proper reflector, don't put it in the dead center of the tank, make sure you have a gradient, make sure your electrical's safe. We're going to head out. Animal 1 guy is leaving. Jack, what do you think? All right, she's mad. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. Thank you guys for supporting my reptile rescue family.